This is the realm and the abode in the heavenly host before time began. The ministers of the glorious face in the abode of the gods of knowledge fall down before him, and the cherubim utter blessings, and as they rise up, there is a divine small voice and loud praise. There is a divine small voice as they fold their wings. The cherubim bless the image of the throne above the firmament, and they praise the majesty of the fiery firmament beneath and the seat of his glory. And between the tunneling angels of holiness come and go, as it were a fiery vision and most holy spirits, and above them flow seeming fire, like gleaming bronze, a radiance of many gorgeous colors, marvelous pigments and magnificently mingled. The Spirit of the living God moves perpetually with the glory of thee. The small voice of blessing accompanies the tumult as they depart, and on the path of their return they worship the Holy One. Ascending they rise marvelously, settling they still. The sound of joyful praise is silenced, and there is a small voice of blessing in the camp of God, and a voice of praise resounds from the midst of all their divinations and worship, and each one in his place, and all their numbered ones sing hymns and praise. Lucifer, how thou hast fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. And the Lord says, how you are cut down to the ground in your weakening of the nations. For you have said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will also sit on the mount of the congregation on the farthest side to the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High, thus saith the Lord. Yet you shall be brought down to the lowest depths of the pit. Those who see you will gaze and consider you, saying, is this the one who made the earth tremble and shook the kingdoms? And destroyed its cities, who did not open his house of prisoners, says the Lord. And the great prince walks into the congregation. O son of the morning, Lucifer speaks. I shall speak out freely, and I shall express my various sayings among you. Those who would understand parables and riddles, and those who would penetrate the origins of knowledge, for I have it, along with those who hold fast to the wonderful mysteries, those who walk in simplicity as well as those who are devious in every activity of deed, those with a stiff neck and a hard plate. The customs of the fool and the inheritance of the wise. Now what good is the riddle to you, you all? You who search for the origins of knowledge. Why is the heart honored? For it is the dominion. It is me, a prince, who is ruler. Behold, I, the great illuminator, bearer of light. Without strength, he dominates me with a whip that costs nothing. You could say, who among you seeks the presence of the light and illumination, the plan of memory without the angels and those who praise, so that they would not know the difference between good and evil. Secrets of sin, but they did not know the secret of the way things are, nor did they understand the things of old. It is true that all the angels reject evil, yet it advances in all of them. It is true that truth is esteemed in the utterance of all the thrones, yet it is there by any tongue or language that grasp it. What principality wants to be oppressed by another who is stronger? Thus says Michael the archangel, who took up suit and argument against the prince. And Michael says, what should we call you, whose deeds? But every deed of the righteous has been judged impure. And what shall we call you, who call no one on earth wise or righteous? For it is not a human possession. It is not wisdom that is hidden, except for the wisdom of cunning evil and the schemes of Lucifer. A thing that ought never be done again, except by the command of his Maker. And what small angel does live? He who has violated the command of his Maker shall have his name erased from the mouth of all. So listen, you who hold fast to the wonderful secrets of eternity and the plots behind every deed and the purpose of he knows the secret. And he stands behind very thought of every, and he from long ago has established it forever. The purpose of origin, he has opened it up to you, for he tests his son and gives us an inheritance of every secret, and he limits every deed. So what? For he created them in their deeds. And they gathered around the great prince Lucifer to see what he should say next. Into the heavenly host of the congregation, consider the soothsayers, teachers of sin, say the parable, declare the riddle before we speak. Then you will know if you have understood your foolishness, for the vision is sailed up from you, and you have not properly understood the eternal mysteries, and you have not become wise in understanding. For if you had, you would know that what I shall do, I do for you, have not properly understood the origin of wisdom. But if you should unveil this vision, all of your wisdom for you, hear now what wisdom is. Light that is stars from the memorial of his name, things of the mysteries of light and darkness, the times of heat with the perils of cold and the breaking of day, and the coming of night and the origins of things. I say to you, Michael, what shalt thou dost against me? Because I, son of the morning, great Lucifer, I shall rise my throne above the heights of the clouds, and on the heights of the north I shall be like the Most High. And just then I, Salazar, appealed on the behalf of my prince, great Lucifer. And I say to you, he is well known for his patience, and might in his great anger, and splendid in his countenance of beauty. He in his numerous acts of mercy, and terrible in his wrathful purpose, shall be honored. And over the heavenly host he made him a ruler, and God is honored among his holy angels, and splendid among his chosen. Oh yes, us, splendid, holy, and great, the blessing of our mighty prince. With their splendor and with the era of vengeance is at end. And Lucifer once again speaks upon the mount of the congregation on the farthest sides of the north. And he said, how can a spirit understand without knowledge of hearing? He created insight for his children, but much wisdom he uncovered our ears that we may hear. He created insight for all those who pursue true knowledge and all wisdom from eternity. It may not be changed. He locked up behind the waters so that not any of us nor the heaven above heaven might find the fullness of our protection. Behold, I say this is all ready to happen. It is a true oracle I speak to you, and by this it shall be known to you that it cannot be averted. For I shall do this deed, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Yes, and the congregation of the mount of the north, and the thrones of those who I say. And the congregation again parted between the two, and the two camps began to gravitate, and center began to pull as they looked upon each other. And it came to pass, when the children of God heard these words, of the holy angels of their prince, the great and bearer of light, the children of heaven saw, and they said to one another, come, let us choose. Who shall we serve, whether to God or the prince of the host, Lucifer, And it was their leader, Lucifer, said unto them, I fear ye will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of great sin. And they all answered him and said, let us all swear an oath. Let us all. Let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecation, not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then swear they all together and bound themselves by mutual imprecation. And they that were in 200,000 descended on the mount of the summit of the mount of heaven and bound themselves. And it was these the names of their leaders: Salazar, Arabal, Ramikal, Kokabal, Tamial, Ramial, Daniel, Ezequiel, Barkajwal, Asikwal, Simjiaz, Abarkal, Bartiel, Anatal, Zaquiel, Samsonil, Satarel, Toriel, Jamchakel, Sariel, and these are the chiefs of the tens and the thrones who chose. And it was just then, Michael, Uriel, Raphael, Gabriel, they looked down from their place in the heavens and saw much blood and being shed upon the heavens, and lawlessness being wrought upon the heaven. And they said to one another, The earth made without inhabitant cries for the voice up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the holy ones, the souls of angels make their suit, saying, bring our cause before the Most High, for they have brought forth violence. And they said to the Lord of the ages, the Lord of gods, King of kings, God of the ages, the throne of thy glory unto the generations of ages, and to thy name, holy and glorious, blessed unto the ages. Thou hast made all things, and power over all things hast thou, and all things are naked and open to thy sight. And thou seest all things, and nothing can hide from thee. Thou seest what Salazar and Lucifer have done, who have taught all unrighteousness. They have revealed the internal secrets which were preserved in the heavenly host, which they are striving to learn, and their great prince, whom thou hast given authority to bear rule over his associates. Yes, that great prince of the morning, they have taken up hordes, for they have gone to battle against us, and have defiled themselves, and in their suit to the gates of heaven, their lamentations have ascended and cannot cease because of the lawless deeds which are wrought upon us. And thou knowest all things before they come to pass, and thou seest all things, thou dost suffer them, and thou dost not say to us what we should do to them, for we have defeated the dragon and his angels and cast them down to earth, and there was found no place in heaven any longer for them. And here we are, cast out down upon this hard rock. I here still with you, the great and awesome son, powerful Lucifer, yes I, and now my son Salazar. Call to me all thy brothers, and gather together to me all the sons of thy father, for the word calls me, and the Spirit poured out upon me, that I may show you everything that shall befall you forever. And thereupon Lucifer went and summoned to all him his brothers, and assembled his relatives, and he spake unto all the children of unrighteousness deeds. Hear ye, sons of mine, all the words of your father shall serve you no more, and hearken aright to the voice of my mouth, for I exhort you and say unto you, beloved, walk therein, and draw nigh to my love with an open heart. But walk in firm determination, my sons, and it shall guide you on this path, and the righteousness of our deeds shall be your companion. For I know that violence must increase on the earth, and the great chastisement shall be executed on the earth upon us by the Most High. Yea, it shall be cut off from its roots, and the whole structure shall be destroyed. For we shall rule upon the earth, and unrighteousness shall again be consumed, and all their deeds, and the violence and transgression shall prevail for twofold degree. And when this unrighteous blasphemy of kind deeds increase, and the apostasy of transgression and uncleanliness increase, a great chastisement shall come from the heaven upon all of this, and the Holy Lord will come forth with wrath, and execute judgment against us, and in those days shall be cut off from its roots, and the roots of unrighteous anger together with deceit shall be destroyed from under heaven, and all those idols shall be abandoned, and the temples burned, and they shall remove them from the whole earth, and we shall be cast into the judgment of fire, and shall perish in wrath, and the grievous judgment forever. But we shall arise and be given unto them, and after the roots of his unrighteous anger shall be cut off, and his holy angels shall be destroyed by the sword, destroyed in every place, and those who plan violence against us perish by the sword. And now I tell you, my sons, and show you the path of my purpose. Yes, I will show them to you again, that you may know that the will has come to pass. And now hearken unto me, my sons, and walk with me, for we shall never surrender, nor shall we make apologies, and nor shall we ever go back. The Most High shall see me ascend into the clouds. I shall be and exalt my throne above all. Then your angels with me.